Hello there everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Hazel Lucia Tarot. I'm your tarot reader Stephanie, and today's reading is about what is on your person's mind. We're going to figure out or try to figure out what your person could be thinking about and what actions they may take, and if it will affect you, if at all. But before we get started, I would like to talk about our sponsor for today's video, Psychic Source. Psychic Source lets you connect with professional gifted advisors in whichever way you feel the most comfortable, whether that's through phone call, video chat, or through texting. They are one of the oldest and most trusted psychic services in the industry with over 35 years of experience. By using my link below, you can connect with one or multiple advisors for up to 40 minutes for just $19.80. That's up to a $240 value. Their advisors are committed to hope, healing, and empowerment, and to give you clarity on any question you may have. So try Psychic Source by clicking the link below in the description. So we have 5 piles here for you today. Pile 1, we have the Judgment card and Moon Agate. And there it is if you want to take a closer look at her. Pile 2, we have the Queen of Pentacles and a clear crystal quartz tower. Pile 3, we have the Fool and this apatite palm stone. Pile 4, we have the Moon, and we have this amethyst scepter. I'm not sure what they call it, but it's amethyst. And then pile 5, we have the Empress and a garnierite palm stone. So take a few deep breaths, think of your person, and I'll be ready for your reading whenever you are. Hello there, pile 1. If you chose the Moon Agate or the Moon-shaped agate and the Judgment card, then we have a reading here for you about what your person has on their mind. What are they thinking about? What's going on with them? And how does it relate to you, if at all? So you got the Judgment card, and this is a very Plutonic energy, as in Pluto, the planet Pluto. So lots of transformational energy. I feel like they're going through major life changes or making major decisions. And whatever they're going through, I feel like they're not going to be the same person they used to be. I definitely feel like they're moving into a new phase of their life as well. So it kind of makes sense that you chose this reading, because maybe you're even noticing that they're going through a lot and you're kind of wondering what they're thinking. So let's get the cards that for your person. We have Ron, upheaval. Yeah, they're going through some major changes. And maybe they're changes that come naturally at a certain age, because you do have the number 20 here. Maybe they're moving out of their parents' house. Maybe they're moving into a new area, new space. Maybe they have a new career, new job, new field of study. We have test. Speaking of study, we have test. We have patience. We have golden egg. We have the High Priestess. It's funny because I was getting something about their lungs as well, because I want to say the bottom of the deck for this one was it breathe, or I think it was before I shuffled. I looked at the bottom of the deck. But if they have either breathing issues or if they smoke, this could be important, because this particular High Priestess is a quote High Priestess in this deck. She's smoking something. I'm not gonna say what it is, just whatever you believe. Maybe they smoke, or they're going through some stressful situations, because it doesn't even have to be. I like to pretend that's sage, like she's just saging the police call in a bathtub. I don't know. That would make more sense to me for the High Priestess, who is very intuitive. But here, it's a different kind of High Priestess. We have anxiety. Yeah, they're going through a lot. I feel like this is testing their patience, quite literally testing their patience. And I feel like they could potentially have some anxiety, and the severity of that anxiety could vary depending on your person and what they're going through. We have your guides and transition. Yeah, so your person's going through a major change. Not only that, I feel like they think the universe or whatever they believe in is testing them, because I heard God is testing me. So I feel like some of them do believe that they are being tested, because right now they're being patient with something. I do feel like whatever this is, though, they're going to end up being a better person because of it, or they're going to be in a better environment, better situation. This is for their own good. For a lot of you, this person, whatever they're going through, it's for their own good. And I think they know this. I think they're aware of this, and it's actually asking them to have a little bit of faith in something outside of themselves, which I don't think they're really used to. I think this person kind of doesn't like the changes that they're being put through, but they're enduring it nonetheless. I do want to read for the golden egg. So let me get, oh, actually, no, I don't have that book. Interesting. Yeah, I don't have the book. So let me take that as a sign as to what your person may be experiencing. I feel like they're going through something where they may not have the resources that they need in order to deal with their situation. So they're having to go without certain, I wouldn't say necessities, but definitely certain luxuries or certain things that they're used to. If they got used to a specific way of living, I feel like they're having to get by without something here, but I feel like it's temporary. The reason I can't find my book is because I'm packing, because I will be moving in the near future. So yeah, so a lot of my decks have been packed, and that includes the book for this deck, and I'm wondering where it is. But yeah, your person, if I was to intuitively tap into what the meaning of the golden egg is, and this is my own interpretation, not the book's, the golden egg makes me think of something that is ready for to hatch, but it's like it had to be perfect. I feel like this person, if it's not them themselves waiting for something to be perfect, or I feel like it's the universe waiting for something to be perfect for them. Like, for example, if they're looking for a place to stay, I feel like they right now, they might be staying somewhere temporary, whether I'm hearing a hostel for some of them, or for some of these people. They could be staying with family, like in a temporary space. They could be staying with friends, but they're waiting for either their house to be ready or for an apartment to be open. I feel like they're ready for something, and they're just in a transition period. Yeah, and I feel like, again, they're having to go without something that they're used to. For example, their privacy, or their own space, their own environment, for sure. I feel like they are trusting in their guides. If this person is very spiritual, they're trusting in their guides. If they're not, I feel like their guides are literally leading them towards their better outcome here. So this person is going through a lot. I feel like they're focused on themselves, their environment, and this transition. If they are diagnosed with anxiety, I feel like they're really feeling it. But even if they're not, I feel like this situation could make anybody a little anxious, because I feel like they know what's going to come up for them, but they just don't know when, they don't know how. And I feel like there's even a sense of desperation or exasperation. What's the word? They need patience. Impatience, for sure. I can feel the impatience. So they're having to test their patience here with this situation. But also a lot is coming through about intuition, because I feel like the High Priestess, I'm interpreting her the way she's meant to be read in the tarot. I know it's a little bit different in this particular deck, but I do feel like this person could be trying to follow and or trust their intuition. If not them themselves, somebody that they know that is close to them that is very intuitive. So if they have, for example, a friend or a sibling, or maybe even a parent that is really good at predicting certain outcomes, I feel like they might be speaking to them a lot more, or they could even be seeking psychic advisor, psychic counsel, if that makes any sense. And if you're seeking that as well, pile one, you could always check out our sponsor. But with that said, let's move on to the tarot, because I want to see more specifically what they are thinking about. But they're definitely going through something rather pivotal here, which, again, that it would make sense why you would want to come to this reading to see what they're thinking about. So my pile one's person, what's on their mind? I'm being told to just lay out some cards. I'm not being told to ask specific questions, at least for this pile. We have the Five of Wands reversed. They're tired. They don't want to fight anymore. They don't want to have to keep putting up with things. I feel like this person has a lot to do, and they're just exhausted. They would like things to be simplified. The Moon, they're also tired of just not knowing. The Moon represents secrecy, mysteries. I feel like they're tired of whatever. They're tired of the unknown. They would like to know what's going to happen and when. Even if this person likes surprises, even if they're used to even if they are used to going, what's the expression? Even if they're just used to getting up and going and, figuring things out as they go, I think right now they want security. They want to know what's going on. We have the Queen of Cups. Something about their mother could be important, or a feminine figure. Actually, I'm being told, I don't always see the cups as intuition, but because this person seeks comfort with intuitive people, I feel like they are relying a lot on intuitive people. It could be a mother figure, it could be a sister. I keep hearing sister for some of them, and for others it could be a friend. It feels very strong feminine energy. They could also just be watching a lot of tarot videos, honestly. But they're seeking that intuitive advice because it comforts them. The only reason I see the Queen of Swords is more intuitive, but in this particular pile for this person, their sense of comfort is asking people what they believe is going to happen. I feel like this person, maybe they're testing their own belief in something outside of themselves, honestly. For example, if this person has never prayed before, they might start praying. If they've never manifested before, they might start manifesting. It's that kind of energy. They also have the Lovers and the Three of Wands. So they could, I mean, quite literally, this Queen of Wands could be somebody that they are in a relationship with. If not, I feel like it could be, yeah, for some, it could even be their own partner. If this person does have like a romantic partner that they rely on a lot, I feel like they're speaking to them a lot. But the Three of Wands, again, they're just planning. And I feel the exhaustion because this person just kind of wants to have a stable, steady home or a stable, steady presence or something. It could be a career switch or something here as well. But whatever this is, it feels something life-altering. So either like moving to a specific place, or like a new job, or something pivotal. What will be the outcome for pile one's person, just because I'm curious. And then the last line will be how will this affect you, if at all? For those of you, if this is your person, if this is like your romantic partner or somebody that has been confirmed to be, you know, with you, you could be this Queen of Cups person, and maybe you're even aware of this. Maybe you're having to give them a lot of advice. What will be pile one's outcome? We have the Eight of Pentacles. Slowly but surely they will reap the rewards that they've been wanting. They will get what they want. I feel like they worked very hard for it. We have the Queen of Wands. Also, they're gonna get their groove back. Like I'm hearing that whatever their personality was like before, they will go back to being that happy-go-lucky, vibrant person that they've always been. Because for whatever reason, this person, they're not always in this energy. This is something that they're just going through right now temporarily. And I feel like it could last weeks, maybe months. It's not going to be forever, but they are going to revert back to this Queen of Wands energy. I feel like that's the energy that they typically operate in. Somebody who likes to have fun, somebody who likes to entertain, a rather youthful, happy energy. Very bright. But they will end up getting what they wanted. And Knight of Cups. And then they're going to be in a very romantic mood. That could either be like passionate about their life again, passionate about their hobbies, their career, or it could literally be like, if this person is currently not dating, they could be wanting to date again. And if this person is already taken, or if they already have somebody, they could just want to, you know, spend more time with their person. So I'm seeing positive outcomes for this. If it is a person that they are seeking, they would have more luck with fire signs with a little bit of water in their chart. If that makes any sense. Take that only if it resonates. And how would this affect you, if at all? Because I don't know who this person is to you, pile one. We have the Queen of Pentacles. You will benefit from this. If this is your partner, I feel like, you know, whatever they gain, you gain as well. If this is your friend, same thing. You will go back to, I feel like for some of you, you actually help with their stability. If this is already your partner or your friend, like they definitely, they find comfort within you. Justice. If for whatever reason, what they're going through is something that you will also benefit from, I feel like you're probably going to enjoy the rewards of this more than they are. Ace of Pentacles, yeah. I mean, for some of you, money is coming to you. If this is like a friend or a partner who's getting a new job, you're going to enjoy the fruits of their labor as well. That's just an example coming through. It doesn't have to be the case. And the Fool. And it's also something new for you. I feel like you're going to see a new side to them. This could be a new chapter of your lives, or a new chapter of whatever is going on between you and this person. And yeah, Three of Cups. I feel like for a lot of you, this is somebody that you really care about. This is going to be something positive for you as well. It's like once you, like, because you've helped them so much through this, or because you've been such a support, they're going to want to cherish you. They're going to want to show you physically, or even monetarily, possibly, what it is that, how grateful that they are for you, what it is that you mean to them. Very lovely energy, very sweet as well. And underneath that, yeah, 9 of Wands. I'm hearing they couldn't have done it without you, the Emperor. And the 7 of Cups. Yeah, so lovely energy, lovely outcome. I would claim this energy for sure. Let's go ahead and close it off with some advice cards, which may or may not have anything to do with what is going on in this reading. For my pile ones. I'm hearing Billie Eilish, is it called Everything I Wanted? I had a dream, I got everything I wanted. I've only heard that song a few times, but maybe somebody here is getting everything they wanted. We have attract through glow. I think this person would have a better time if they understood that manifestation or that law of attraction. Like, the better mood you're in, the more you're able to cherish and enjoy the things that you attract. Because I feel like, I know this is maybe contradictory to maybe what some of you have heard, but just because you're like happy, positive, and vibrant doesn't necessarily mean that you're always going to attract everything you want. The law of attraction works a little, I don't know how to describe it. It just works differently from what I've been shown or taught, or maybe I misinterpreted how people were teaching it. But just because you're high vibrational doesn't mean that you're going to attract high vibe things or that you're going to attract everything you want. It's more like being in a high vibrational energy allows you to enjoy the things that you attract. Does that make sense? That's what I'm getting. And I think this person would benefit from understanding that. Like, if you're, let's say you're going to Disney World, where it's like the happiest place on earth or something like that. Somewhere happy, somewhere joyous. If you're in a bad mood, you're not going to enjoy that no matter what people tell you about that place, no matter what happens. If you're in a bad mood, you're in a bad mood. I feel like this person would benefit from seeing things in a different perspective, so that they can enjoy the things that they are about to come into. We have evolve into your complexity. But also, this person is very complex. I feel like it goes deeper than like being worried about the next outcome. I feel like it's this worrisome energy is something that goes deeper than just this particular event. I feel like they have a habit of doing this that they might release, or maybe they saw their family go through similar struggles, and I feel like that's bringing up either past traumas or past memories. Weird. Something just kind of moved in the corner over there. Take that as confirmation, pile one. I feel like it's bringing up past memories, past traumas of what they used to go through as a child or in their past. And sacred boundaries, number 43. I feel like tigers could be sacred to this person, or they could be you're the tiger, because I almost got the tiger card when I was shuffling. Like, I thought it was going to come out because I saw it, but it didn't go through. Maybe I should do live shuffles again. But I think the tiger is sacred to this person. This person is used to being very independent, or they're used to being on their own. They could also be you're the tiger. With sacred boundaries, though, I do think boundaries are a big key theme within this as well. I'm not sure how. Maybe they're learning to loosen their boundaries or to set boundaries, depending on what needs to happen here. I say loosen boundaries because if there is a partnership or people or friends involved, I feel like this person has to let people in order for them to help them. Does that make sense? I feel like it's not necessarily that they need to bond to somebody, but they need to learn how to accept help, how to work with others, allowing people into their lives because it could benefit them and the people that they let into their lives as well. But this is where I leave it, pile one. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 2. If you chose to clear crystal quartz, then we have your reading here for you about what is on your person's mind. You also chose the Queen of Pentacles card, and this could represent them or this could represent you. This is feminine, I almost said feminine Taurus. Feminine earth energy, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I am leaning more towards Taurus just because that happened to be a Freudian slip, but I'm also getting Virgo. Or maybe everybody here involved could be a earth sign. But let's go ahead and get the rest of your cards. I do feel like this could involve an individual, maybe several individuals. We have intuition. We have Aphrodite, romance. Definitely some Venusian energy coming through here, which would make sense because I did say Taurus, and Taurus is ruled by Venus. Also Libra, so Libra could be a sign here. We have trigger. We have connection hands. Are we talking about romance here or love? We have the tower. Interesting. This is like one particular energy. This is another. We have the vulture. Cheetah. Both predatory animals, but one is significantly more, I was going to say attractive because it makes me think of cheetah or leopard print, like how sexy ladies wear cheetah or leopard print clothing. But both are predatory animals. Almost like a game of cat and mouse, but because cats, they prey on birds, right? Small birds. But these are like the bigger, wilder, more exotic versions of a cat and a bird. Because I'm thinking of, what is it, Tweety Bird and the cat Sylvester. So there could be a game of cat and mouse here romantically. And friends. Okay, we got friends here. Oh, this is juicy because somebody here is triggered by the fact that they are either in a connection with somebody or that they're attracted to somebody. So your person is thinking about, this could be you if you know this is a romantic interest and they're aware of you and like you have something going on. So there's romantic attraction here towards somebody. It could be a friend, or they have heard through friends of friends that somebody here is with somebody else. Or I feel like somebody here is triggered by the fact that they saw somebody with somebody, or that somebody here is going out with someone. Interesting. And I feel like this caught somebody off guard. Intuition, if they're not intuitive already, they're wondering whether somebody is with somebody. I'm not getting jealousy right away, but there's interest here. Somebody here is wondering if somebody is with somebody. And somebody here is very attractive. And maybe they think that somebody that they are with isn't attractive. I'm trying to figure out who is who here. But your person, I do feel like they're wondering if this is you. And I feel like for a lot of this, they're wondering if you're with somebody who you are with. They could have seen you with somebody and been triggered. I've had this energy pop up before. The only difference here is that I feel like somebody is definitely in some sort of connection or friendship. Either they're mistaking your friendship with somebody for a more romantic connection, or vice versa. They're mistaking your romantic connection for friendship. There's definitely like a circle of friends, or like people are involved in this. So I feel like people are talking about you. This could be speculation because intuition, I don't take reversals in this deck, but if it was to be reversed, it's like somebody is wrongly guessing something about you and another person. But somebody here has been triggered. Your person has been triggered for sure. And I think it surprises them because they didn't think they would react this way to this. Again, and I think jealousy can hit people hard that way sometimes, or they didn't know that they still had feelings until they saw somebody with somebody else, or until they had the fleeting thought that, oh, is that pile, no, is this pile two's, new person, or something along those lines. Vulture makes me think of gossip because I'm thinking of, I don't know why. They just look like they're nosy. I don't know why. Just like their stance, the way a vulture looks, like all crooked and looking down on everything. They feel like they're just being nosy and looking down on everything and watching everything happen. And I feel like you would be the cheetah here, as well as Aphrodite, because there's something very physically appealing about you. So this person is thinking, if this is you, I feel like for a lot of you, this has to be romantic. They're definitely wondering about whether you're with somebody because you're looking really good. Maybe they saw you with somebody, this connection. I feel like maybe they even saw you with friends and felt jealous that you had a new set of friends. If this is not romantic at all, this is them being jealous that you have new friends, or that certain people get to hang out with you and you don't, which is very interesting. But the trigger in the tower, the reason this comes through strongly is because they weren't expecting to have these feelings or something along those lines. So very lots of tea here for sure. Let's get into the tarot because I really want to know what it is that they're thinking. And the way I'm doing the tarot here is going to be in like a story style, which I did in the first pile. I'm just trying something new because that's what my guides have guided me to do. That's what they told me to do. So what's going through your person's mind? Pile 2. Pile 2's person. What's going on through their mind? Regarding this situation specifically, we've got the Seven of Swords, gossip again. Because Seven of Swords can be misinformation. It could be secrets, lies, deception, but I also hear it can be gossip or misinformation. Maybe people are talking, but there's like no confirmation. Yeah, like no one's confirmed anything. Page of Pentacles, this is all just speculation. And again, earth energy. So somebody here must be an earth sign. Either you, your person, or everybody involved, or I don't know, something along those lines. So this person is speculating things. They could be gossiping with other people who don't know anything about you or don't know anything. Like Six of Wands, their ego. Sometimes I read the Six of Wands as ego. I usually see it as a victory, but this is them trying to feel good about themselves. This is literally them on their high horse or trying to get on their high horse. Or unicorn in this case. We have the Queen of Wands because they find you so dang attractive. I think this person, if they're not quote quote in love with you, they're just highly physically attracted to you. Even if you're not their type, even if you're not conventionally attractive by like the societal standards, whatever it is, this person is just attracted to you. They love looking at you. You probably catch them looking at you a lot if this is somebody that you see in real life, or if this is online, if this is through social media, they probably look at your pictures, they look at your posts. I don't know if they like them, they definitely could. This person is very attracted to you, or they're noticing that you've gone through a glow up, that you're looking better, and this person cannot ignore you. And I say glow up quite literally in glow. I feel like you're laughing more, you're smiling more, you have that glow about you, and they can't help but wonder, is pile 2 seeing somebody else? You know, that's what I'm getting. Like, and maybe they've seen you with somebody. This person's, I'm hearing, severely attracted to you. They think it's a problem. And maybe it is. I don't think they do weird, obnoxious behavior. Maybe for some of you they do, but I don't see them really approaching you that much because the Seven of Swords is sneaky. Like they would rather talk about you than approach you. They would rather hear about you than actually approach you. Yeah, Knight of Swords. They're gossiping. This is all speculation because the only earth energy we have here is reversed. So this person, what's going through their mind? They're wondering what you're up to and who you're with and what's going on. That doesn't mean they want to get back with you. It doesn't mean anything. I think it just bothers them because some part of them still has some sort of ownership over you. This person's very jealous. So like, I don't know how else to tell you. Which is annoying because I don't know if you've ever been in a relationship with this person. Maybe some of you have and it is an ex. But for some of you, maybe you've never been anything with this person, or maybe it was like a one-time thing, or you were almost a thing and it wasn't. I'm hearing a casi algo in Spanish. So my next question for the next row is going to be, what are they going to do, if anything, about it? What's the result of this? And the last one is going to be how this is going to affect you, if at all. So I don't know, what are they going to do about it? Knight of Cups. Pile 2. Let me get more cards. The Sun. They might try to win you over again. They might try to flirt back. They might try to say something. The Fool. Yeah, they might want a new beginning with you. This person is being so triggered by the thought of you being with somebody else. They might try and get with you again. If you're already in a new relationship, which some of you might be. I wasn't really reading into your actual situation, pile 2. I'm just reading what they're thinking because this is what this reading's about. You might have to turn them down. But this person, I feel like they might want to, you know, try to hit you up again. Be like, hey, how are you? But they're going to be so super confident because the Sun and the Fool, this person, fire and air energy for sure. Aquarius and Leo, or any of the air and fire sign combinations. This person might try to flirt with you again, might try to say something, might try to hit you up, might slide into your DMs. And I don't know if they mean it or if they're just trying to get a rise out of you. Like if they're just trying to see, like they're trying to figure out if you're with somebody by flirting with you. This person is so sneaky. It's kind of annoying. Like they try to act a fool, but they're not a fool. There's like a method to their madness. This person kind of annoys me. But at the same time, it makes me laugh. Like this person's tactics and their way of thinking, they make me laugh. I'll be honest. It feels like a comedy. This feels like rom-com energy. Like if I was watching this and if this wasn't like a real situation, I'd be laughing. But I think for some of you, you might get annoyed. Okay, the last row is how will this affect you, if at all? Because I do feel like for a lot of you, this person might come through and try to say something. We have the moon. Oh, look at you. Being all secret. High priestess. You're really not seeing this coming. Look, I don't care how intuitive you are. I don't think you're seeing this coming at all. It might be when you least expect it, because I'm not getting a sense of time here. This could be years from now. This could be after you're already married to somebody else, and then they're going to come through and try to like seduce you on like your wedding night or something like that. So you're definitely not seeing this coming, because I feel like you're not even going to be thinking about this person by the time they do this. The devil. I wanted to say you might be tempted, but more specifically, you might be tempted to just joke around with them. Like, oh, there's a scene in the Romeo and Michelle movie, Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion, where like the hot guy from school, like they go to the reunion, and at the reunion, he's like this super douchey dude. Like he just ended up being like the worst thing ever. And then he tries hitting on one of the girls. He's like, hey, do you want to meet me back at my hotel or something? Even though he's married and like his pregnant wife is in the high school reunion place. And she's like, yeah, sure, I'll meet you there. And like, she never meets him there. She's like, yeah, no, I'm not going to that. Like, that's what I'm getting. You might do something silly like that. You might flirt back. You might say something. You don't mean it. Like, you really don't care. I'm going to get more cards. Because I see you just not giving that, like, you're gonna joke around with them. Knight of Pentacles, because you know who you are. You've got your thing going on. You're happy. You might be in a solid, stable relationship, or you may not. But regardless, you're not gonna want this person. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. There you are. We got the card. We end with the card that we started with. It comes full circle. So I feel like for you, pile 2, whatever this situation is, it will come full circle. Back of the deck, King of Cups. Yeah, there's somebody better out there for you, but also this person does have feelings for you. I just think they're not emotionally mature. They're low-key toxic, and yeah, they're superficial. But I think this, I don't know why I keep laughing at the situation. I don't mean to laugh at this if you don't like this, pile 2. The way this person carries themselves and thinks, like, I'm sure they had their chance at some point, but you gotta admire their bravery, I guess, their courage. And I think you're going to be in the same boat as well, because for some reason, especially with this devil card and the moon, you're not telling them anything. You're not being honest with them at all. You're literally going to joke around with them, because I think at some point they did this with you, or they were just crappy to you. I don't know. But it's a shame, because I feel like they really did have feelings for you, but rather than be an adult about it, they were stupid about it. Okay. We're going to close off with some advice cards for my pile 2. This is a fun one. Pile 2. But I really do hope everything ends up positively for you and this person, pile 2. Like, I joke, but I also do want, everybody to have the best outcome possible here. We have service. We have you are about to shine. I feel like for a lot of you, you're about to go through a glow up. You're definitely about to shine. And I feel like this is why this person kind of has their eye on you. Why suddenly like the jealousy hits, because I feel like you became something they didn't expect you to become. And now they're kicking themselves for it, because it's like, I could have had it all with pile 2, or something along those lines. Service lets me know that some of you could be in the service industry, or you could be of service. Maybe you're working on a service. I'm also thinking of loyalty with this dog. I know this is a seeing eye dog, but I'm thinking of loyalty. And inner conflict resolution. So you or your person could be working on your inner conflict resolution. More so your person, I feel like they've never really done that before. I feel like you would. You've done this. You've definitely healed your inner wounds. You've healed inner conflict within yourself. And that's part of the reason you're going to go through a glow up. I feel like you're on a level that this person has not reached yet and may not reach for a while. Back of the deck, we have you are what you think. And I will say this, your person does seem to have a big ego, so maybe part of the reason they're able to get what they want is because they have a big ego, but they could never get to you because you were able to see through to like either their insecurities or you rejected them because you just knew right away what they were. But yeah, I feel like great things are about to happen for you, pile 2. And this person will notice. Or maybe they've already happened and they are noticing it and that's what they're thinking. Because the timeline's a little bit off here. So for some of you, this could be in the past. Some of you, this is right now. Some of you, this is going to be the near or maybe even further future. But this is where I leave it, pile 2. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 3. If you chose the blue apatite palm stone, then we have your reading here for you about what is on your person's mind. We're going to see what they're thinking about, what's going through their head, and if it's affecting you in any way, shape, or form. So you got the Fool card. So this person could be starting on a new journey. They could be doing something new. If you wanted to take this more literally, a little bit more comedically, I guess, you could say that they're acting up a fool. But mostly I feel like they're doing something new, or they're really putting themselves out there. I always associate the Fool with bravery, just because it's kind of like they don't know where they're going. They may not know what they're doing, but they're doing it regardless. So with that said, let's get the rest of your cards, which have been pre-shuffled. We have the Cosmic Egg. Something about fulfilling a destiny or life purpose. Also, I'm getting that they are rather protected. Some of you could think that this person is like acting foolish. They're doing something that maybe is dangerous. I feel like some of you believe this person hasn't really put enough thought into this. We also have the burned bridge. For some of you, I feel like this person could have either burned a bridge with you or is burning bridges with certain people. We have soften. It's interesting. We have fire elements in both of these cards, but where this one seems a little bit more dangerous, this one is more softening. So I feel like there could be a difference of opinions here. Like they're definitely not seeing things the way you're seeing them, and vice versa. Morana, endurance. We have joyfulness, music. So I feel like this person is trying to pursue their happiness. The pursuit of happiness is coming through. Also pursuing their joy, following their bliss. We have superstar. Oh. And magic. Several things coming through here. I feel like this person could be starting a new chapter of their life or a new life in general. Hence why there is a burned bridge. I feel like whatever they're doing, they are no longer wanting to live the life they used to live. With superstar and music, this person could literally be pursuing a career in music or trying to make their dreams come true. I say music because I'm thinking of like people who want to, quit their job and become a musician, or maybe they want to do that full time, or I'm thinking of people who want to be rappers as well. I don't know why that's coming through. I think because I knew a lot of kids when I was younger that wanted to grow up to be rappers. But this person is definitely pursuing things that I honestly believe are their life purpose. Maybe you don't see it as their life purpose, but either they believe it is or it actually is. Because the Cosmic Egg, I don't have my book on me to look up its actual meaning, but what I'm getting from it intuitively, so this is my interpretation of it, not the official interpretation, is that this person is doing something for themselves that is a higher calling, or that they believe to be a higher calling. I feel like it is. Like, I think the outside opinion of, like, the opinion that everybody else has of this person is that they may think it's their life purpose, but for them it truly is, because they feel such a pull to it. Does that make sense? To them, they really believe it, but other people around them may not. But me personally tapping into this, I feel like, yes, this is something they have to do. Whether they will be successful or unsuccessful is a whole nother thing. That's their own that's the chapter that they have to live out. But I do feel like whatever this is, they are divinely protected here, because a snake also makes me think of shedding its skin. And part of the reason they're doing this is because they desperately want and or need a change in their life. It's like the old skin is itching and they need to shed it to bring out the new skin. I know that was a weird metaphor, but I never thought that an old skin could become uncomfortable for a snake. I mean, maybe that's how they know that it's time to shed this skin. I don't know. I don't think about snakes a lot. They're not one of my animals, but I do think it's cool that they can like get new clothes essentially. But for your person, I feel like they want a softer life. And even if whatever they want doesn't seem like a softer life for you, it's a softer life for them. And by soft, we mean something that is comfortable for them. Like right now, they're very uncomfortable in the life that they're living, in the old skin that they're still living in. They keep wanting to shed this skin and do something new. This person wants something new. And I feel like whatever this is, it's actually going to make them shine. With endurance and superstar and magic, I do feel like they have some sort of star quality. I feel like they're really good at like, if they're in the public eye, they're really good at working a crowd. If they are literally more magic, as in spiritual, I feel like they're really good at this. Because for whatever reason, I'm getting both their view and I'm also getting like the opinions of others outside of them. That's coming through more strongly than their point of view. For them, they're very simple. They're following their bliss. They're doing what they want to do. They're doing something new. They're taking a chance on life. They are, yeah, it's like they're aiming for the stars, essentially. Even with magic here and endurance, I do feel like they're going to end up being just fine, believe it or not, with endurance here. But everybody else around them may not believe in their vision or may not believe them, or they may be asking them to do something a little bit more practical, which is fine. I know that the outside opinion has some concern for this person, because I think for a lot of people, they may think this person's a little naive, and maybe they are. Maybe they're a little bit younger, or even if they're not, they may still have like that naivete about them. So I feel like, first of all, your person's personality is very bubbly. I feel like they're very well liked, and believe it or not, I do feel like they're doing right by themselves by at least attempting this dream, attempting this endeavor that they're doing here, whatever it may be. For a lot of you, I do feel it's more in the arts, just because we have music and joyfulness here. So it may be something that's not very practical, but believe it or not, the universe likes to bless people who do a service to others and who bring some sort of positive energy. So let's say they are a musician. If their music brings something amazing to people, if it uplifts people and it's positive, and if it brings something good to the world, I feel like the karma will be good for them. So I wouldn't discredit them right away. I feel like I like this person's belief in their own self. But with that said, let's go ahead and do the tarot. And with burnt bridges, the burnt bridge, I feel like this person is burning some bridges. It could be that they're leaving behind a job or a lifestyle that could be hard to get back into. Don't worry about that. If it's meant for them, it won't be hard to get back into it. I always say that. If you burn a bridge and it was meant for you to cross, that bridge will be built up again. If not by you, then by other people, you know? If the opportunities are really meant for you, they'll come back around. So I never worry about burning bridges, closing doors, etc. Because if something is really meant for you, if you're really meant to take something, it will show up again. And I feel like this person has a very strong belief in the universe and in themselves. So let's go ahead and get the rest of the tarot for your person. And I'm doing this in a story-like style, where I'm just going to pull cards and see what's going on. So what is on their mind? What is on your person's mind for pile 3? Yeah, they're not emotionally fulfilled anymore. Whatever's going on currently, or whatever they're leaving behind, they had left that behind emotionally a long time ago. I feel like for a lot of you, this could be a career. It may be a relationship, and it's definitely a group of friends. I'm definitely getting like a group of people that either they associated with or that they had to be around, but they're just like not, like whatever this is, it's not it for them. Definitely an environment, possibly a particular person. We have the Hierophant, karmic lessons. And I associate the Hierophant specifically with the lessons with life lessons, the lessons that we learn in life, the things we go through, such as, you know, puberty, heartbreak, love, joy, you know, the things that we experience that we can't escape. So for them, this entire movement, this entire decision, it may not even seem like a decision to them. I feel like it's a natural calling. They can't avoid it. They want to go through this. They want to experience this. It's like moving out to Hollywood and trying to make it big, you know? I feel like this person just has such a deep calling and has such belief in that something good will come out of it that they have to follow it. That was an example, of course. I don't know if they are going out west. I do feel like this person would be physically moving somewhere drastically different. We have the Seven of Wands. They're tired of fighting people, and they're tired of having to explain themselves. They are tired of having to justify why they have to do the things they do. I don't know how old this person is. I was getting in their 30s possibly, because we have 32 and 39 in the oracles. So for some of you, this person may not even be that young. Because I could understand if this was somebody, you know, fresh out of high school, 18 or even early 20s. But I feel like this person is actually a little bit older. Like, this person has already tried the conventional life that everybody else is doing, and they're like, you know what, that's not for me. So late 20s, early 30s, or I don't think this person's that young. I really don't feel that. But they are kind of stuck in that youthful mentality, in that they still want to pursue their dreams, and or people keep projecting that youthfulness onto them. You know how certain celebrities, like they get famous when they're really young, and we kind of see them at that age for a long time. Like I was actually talking about this with somebody, because Justin Bieber is closer to my age than I recognize, but in my head he's always going to be like a 16-year-old, you know, because that's just how we got to know him. He's actually only 4 years younger than me. And I was kind of shocked when I found that out. I was like, oh, he's not that younger. But in my head, he's a baby. Of course he's not. So I'm getting something similar. This person wants to outgrow the image that people have of them. We have the Ace of Cups. Yeah, they're trying to find their heart again. They want something that calls to their soul. And honestly, I kind of have admiration for this person. Good on them for wanting to find something that speaks to their heart. I don't know if they have a family or not. I would assume this person is more single and like not in a relationship, doesn't have any kids. Or even if they do have kids, they might be doing this for them. Like they would rather have their child see them fulfill their dreams than sit at home and be unhappy with their life. You know, I feel like this person, if they, for whatever reason, they do have children, they're thinking of them as well. And the King of Pentacles. I keep seeing success for this person. Whatever they're about to do, it's going to end up working out for them. And I feel like I have to say it because maybe even you don't believe it, Pile 3. And I understand the concern. I understand why you're here and why you're wondering why they're doing this. But I do feel like this person is going to find some sense of stability in this new chapter. Either a new sense of self, whether it's mental, emotional, or even just physical stability, or financial, of course, because we do have pentacles. This is going to end up working out for them in some way, shape, or form. So I wouldn't worry too much. I feel like they're being very divinely guided. Back of the deck, we have Seven of Pentacles, and they're going to work hard too. My next show is going to be what's going to come out of this, even though I'm already kind of getting that they're going to be really successful. But let me go ahead and do that. Hierophant is Taurus energy, as is the King of Pentacles. I associate King of Pentacles more with Capricorn though. So they could have strong earth energy, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. As well as some water placements with all these cups cards and a little bit of fire, which actually sounds like my chart. Okay, pile 3. We have the World. Yeah, look. Whether they end up, it almost feels like they don't even care if they don't succeed. They're grateful for the opportunity. They would like to at least say that they've tried. But I think this is going to be end game for them in some way. For example, if it's a career change, this could be the career that they have for the rest of their life. If it's a physical move, like they're moving somewhere, they could end up living in that place for the rest of their life. Because I see fulfillment. I see joy. I'm kind of wondering what this, like, if you're comfortable letting me know about this, pile 3, let me know. Because I feel like things are just going to be great for them. Yeah, King of Cups, emotional fulfillment. And Two of Wands. Lack of boredom. I know that seems odd, but Two of Wands is having options. It's like one day they can do this, the next day they can do that. Usually I see this as indecision or planning. Here I'm seeing they're not going to be bored. I know that's odd, but some people, if they don't always have something going on, they get bored with life. They get annoyed. They'll get stagnant. This person doesn't want this. So whatever they're doing next in their life, whatever this is, it's going to allow them to not ever be bored or become stagnant. Does that make sense? It's kind of like some people's way of relaxing is to keep doing projects, keep doing certain things. This person is always chasing the next project, endeavor, or opportunity in their life in a healthy way. I don't think this person likes to stay stuck. They don't believe in just coasting or settling down. This is not this person at all. And I think that's part of their success, is that they're restless and they're always aiming for new heights. I really love this energy. This does feel very Capricorn in nature with a little bit of Taurus. Maybe Scorpio. Okay, and then the last line is going to be how this is going to affect you, if at all. Because I don't know who this person is to you. For some of you, this could be you. Maybe this is a reflection of yourself that you need to see, pile 3. We have the 6 of Swords. I feel like you'll either be visiting them, or if you're following them, for example, if this is family that you live with or a partner, I feel like you could also be moving along with them. We have the Star. Oh my gosh. Okay, pile 3, I do feel like you're kind of the one who doesn't believe in this vision. But I feel like once you see what they do, you're going to be very proud. Because we did have the Superstar in the Oracles, and here we have the Star reversed. I feel like you don't really see it yet. And I'm not trying to make you feel bad about not believing in them, by the way, pile 3. I just feel like they might show you something here. Or maybe you tried something similar to this in your life at some point and it didn't work out for you. But they're going to show you just how beautiful life can turn out. For some of you, it feels like this could be a child. Like maybe this is like one of your children going out to pursue their dreams. And maybe even you had a similar dream and you just don't want to see them get hurt, or you don't want them to experience failure, should that be something that they experience. We have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, you're definitely the one with the logical mind here. I feel like you may even have given them some conversation about this. Like I feel like you've spoken about this at length with them. The Wheel of Fortune. But you are sending them the best of luck. I do see you still wishing them well. So, yeah. And then the 10 of Cups. And you're going to be, look, all these placements are just so positive. Like whatever's going on, if you came here terrified and worried for your person, this is confirmation that things will end up being just fine. Maybe even better than you thought. No promises, of course, but everything is going to be just fine. The 10 of Cups is the happily ever after card. The World card is, to me, is the happily ever after. To me, it's the card of things aren't over until you get your happily ever after. That's what the World means to me. Some people see it as completion or an end. I see it as it's not over until you say it is, or until you're happy, or until the results that you get are in. The Wheel of Fortune, same thing. There's a lot of positive luck. So I feel like you were the one trying to speak some common sense into your person, but then you slowly come to recognize that they might actually make it. So I'm loving this. I feel like you're the support here, and it makes sense that you would be at this reading to see, you know, just how their endeavors are going to turn out. And then 5 of Wands reversed. It's nowhere going to be as much of a struggle as you believe it may be, or they believe it may be. I also see the both of you no longer having to fight about this. Does that make sense? Like you're no longer arguing about it. If there was an argument, I don't know how much you two were butting heads here, but I do see overall a lot of positive things. And if you still don't believe, I would claim this energy. Absolutely claim it. I'm loving this for both you and your person. And for some of you, like I said, this could be you. And maybe people were trying to talk you out of it. And I feel like this is just confirmation. But let's go ahead and get your closing advice cards. For pile 3. We have opportunity. Yeah, opportunity is knocking at this door like a woodpecker. Maybe it's hard to ignore as well. Also, there's a little bumblebee. Maybe some of you see your person as like very small, or, you know, they're a hard worker, but you feel like you almost believe that what the that the things bumblebees and all our little pollinators do isn't that important because they're so small, but they pollinate all our crops and herbs and all our plants. They really do make the world go round. And I feel like as small as you may see this person, either figuratively or literally, I feel like they are going to make an impact on the world. And I say small because, again, maybe for some of you this is like your child, and then for some of you this person could be physically tiny. Even if they are like, you know, a taller or bigger person or stronger person, you still you still may believe that one person can't make that much of a difference, but you'd be surprised to see just how much this person can accomplish. We have prayer answered. Yeah. Again, Taurus energy with the buffalo, but I feel like for a lot of you, prayers are being answered. I feel like this person is very blessed as well. I don't know if they pray or not, or definitely they're manifesting, but manifestation only works in conjunction with action, and they are taking that action. It's like answering your own prayers or answering your own manifestations, because that's how the universe works here, at least for your person and in this scenario. And then we have quantum jump. Ooh, number 36. It could be possible that this person has been quantum leaping and leaping into a life that they've always wanted. Look, this person really does believe in like manifestation, magic, and overall in themselves. I feel like they definitely believe in the power of I was going to say rearranging your life, but they definitely believe in the power of like creating the life that they've always wanted. And I think it's going to be rather extraordinary to see. But this is where I leave it, pile 3. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hey there, pile 4. If you chose the amethyst point and the moon card, then we have a reading here for you about what is on your person's mind. We're going to tap into what your person is thinking about, what they're up to, if anything, and how it's affecting you, if at all. So we have the moon here, which the moon does talk about secrets or the unknown or mysteries, anything that is more subconscious. Think 12th house in astrology, but also maybe your moon signs. And we also have amethyst, which makes me think of, oh, sorry if you heard that, pile 4. But yeah, we're looking at what's going on with them. So we could also be talking about intuition. Though the moon would represent that part of your intuition that is a little bit, there's a little bit of fear here for whatever reason. I am getting that, which I don't always read the moon that way, but that's how it's coming through. So I pre-selected your cards, and when I was shuffling, your pile got the most cards out of all of them. Like, there's a lot of doubles here from these decks, which makes me think, I don't know if you talked to this person or not, but I feel like if you did, I feel like they would have a lot to say. I am getting the sense that this is somebody you speak to, maybe somebody you're close to. We have energy. We have space. We have abundance. I'm going to put that over there. Freedom. We have Bastet, sanctuary. Starfish. Swan. I mean, this almost feels like it would be one of those you versus them kind of readings, just because anytime I get doubles in multiple decks within a reading, I could easily divide them, but I'm not reading it that way. However, we have the life of the party, the lovers, expand. Okay, lots of similar. So your person's a little bit divided. A little bit divided. If this person is a romantic interest, and I feel like for a lot of you it is, just because you did happen to get the lovers here, this is somebody who is kind of stuck between wanting to do things on their own and wanting to do things with you. Because the swan is another animal that I associate with romance, with marriage. They are a symbol in a lot of cultures that represent an eternal bond between two people, because I think swans mate for life. They're some of the few animals that do mate for life. Not only that, but they're very elegant. Same thing with Bastet. Bastet, I get a more playful energy from her. There are certain decks that have her, that describe her as like very sensual, playful, you know, like flirty fun. Here though, she represents sanctuary. Starfish makes me think of the ego. I'm thinking almost of like the star in the tarot, where there's kind of a need for individuality. And then we have abundance here. With expand, freedom, and space, I do feel like somebody here either wants freedom or to expand or to have more things on their own. There's like a need for and with the life of the party as well. This would almost be like somebody here wants to have fun, wants to be able to explore and do things that they want to do, but they somehow feel that a relationship would either hold them back or it doesn't allow them to do this. Energy comes through because I feel like there's a magnetic force to this connection. Whatever you and this person have going on, it's very magnetic. So this is either a friend that you're very close to, one that you're almost like, I don't want to say codependent because it makes it sound a little negative, but I do feel like this would be a friend that you do everything with. If not, this is a partner, a romantic partner. And if it's not either of those, then I would go choose another pile just because that's what's coming through here. There's something here about abundance isn't necessarily money. Abundance here is feeling the need to explore everything, to have everything. So somebody here is torn between wanting commitment, because I do feel like this person truly does care about you, truly does like you. And commitment is even something that they would like, that they may even crave. But that is kind of it's at odds with their need for freedom. Or maybe they don't know how to have freedom within a relationship, like freedom from their partner. I know people who they don't always know how to not be codependent with their romantic partner. Like they feel the need to do everything with them. And it's not out of them not wanting to be independent. It's just like maybe they go for partners who are very different to them, which I do get from time to time. I do see that sometimes. I will read, well, actually, no, I can't read from this book. I keep forgetting that my books are, actually, let me go look for it. I think I know where it is. I'll tell you what, pile, for either you or your person, maybe the both of you, are definitely problem solvers, because in every other pile, I kept missing the book, so I had to come up with my own interpretations, and here I actually found it, because I thought I had put it away, and it turns out it was just in another box that was right there. So either you or your person, you're really good at solving issues here, so it wouldn't surprise me that even though there's like two opposing thoughts going on within their head, that you would eventually come to an agreement that makes sense for the both of you. But from the book, we have beautiful, alluring, superficial, or shallow. The starfish is a natural and exquisite beauty, mesmerizing to all. Being around someone with starfish energy is a thrill, like you've been put under a spell of divinity itself. The problem is these creatures have been reliant on how they look and what other people think of them for so long that they may have forgotten their deeper callings. When this card appears, it's important to ask, am I being swayed by outward appearances? What dreams have I put aside to please others? So I do get that your person, they're a very attractive individual, to the point where this does affect either their life, the way they think, how they go about life. Like, it's not just pretty privilege, it goes deeper than that. When certain people are used to being attractive and being called attractive and getting a lot of I wouldn't say it's unwanted attention, they're just used to attention that attractiveness brings. That's the pretty privilege. I feel like once either they lose that, or once they taste the privileges of that, it's hard to adjust to a different way of life. I see this a lot, especially with people as they age. They lose a little bit of their youthfulness, and even though they still may be attractive, maybe they're getting less attention, and that bothers them. I see this a lot in like older women that you can tell they used to be just they still are gorgeous, but age has kind of, it's made them feel that they're less attractive, or society has deemed them as less attractive than their younger counterparts, which I never understood. I feel like people, we change, but that doesn't make us less attractive as we get older. But I see that in those kinds of individuals. This person, they're not that shallow or superficial, but I do feel like maybe they've gotten a taste of a different kind of attention from other people, and therefore they're having to wonder, well, I'm attracting so many people, do I want to commit right now, or do I want to keep exploring my options? And I know that's a heartbreaking thing to hear, especially if this is your partner, but that's what I'm getting. For some of you, this could be you yourself, or this could be the both of you, honestly, depending on what's going on. Because abundance here, I mean, if we are talking about money, this would be somebody getting more money, again, because of their pretty privilege. I'm thinking of like people who work in a service industry where tips are a big thing, or people just, I hate to say it, but there are certain places and certain cultures, certain situations in which being more attractive will get you better jobs. That's just, if not attractive, it could also just be the way they present themselves. Like, I'm thinking of somebody with a very strong presence, a very mesmerizing presence, because that's the way I'm being told to take energy, as a magneticness that they hold or that they may have. So yeah, I feel like this person is torn between, I wouldn't say being loyal. I do feel like they're still loyal. I feel like they're torn between wanting to stay committed or wanting to explore their options. And if you're both in like in the very early stages of your relationship, that would make sense. Or if you're like on the verge right before you're about to take it to the next level, either commitment or engagement or something along those lines, I feel like they are thinking about this very much so. And maybe you've already had a sense of this. With the moon, I do feel like this is something that they try to keep hidden. But for some of you, maybe you already felt it in your gut. And for others, I feel like maybe if you read your partner's mind well enough, you could have already picked up on this. Because I feel like this person just wants to explore more. It could also be that they want to see a little bit more of the world. If it's not their romantic options, it could be they want to do more things in life before they settle down. So like before you have children, or again, before you marry, they may want to see more of the world, or they may want to build their own business, make their own money. I feel like there's a freedom here that they have not been granted that they want to explore before they take it to the next level. Yeah. That's what I'm getting. Your person's very elegant and very attractive. I get that for sure. They probably dress very well. I feel like they're very conventionally attractive, and you know this. People may, come up to them all the time, or you may notice people checking them out. Yeah, your person's very attractive, and you're aware of this. And again, if this is a friend, I think it's the same thing, just on a less personal level, because sometimes having friends that are more attractive than us can also impact the social group, if you will. But with that said, let's go ahead and go into the tarot to see more specifically what they are thinking about, what's on their mind, what they will do as a result of this, and how, if at all, will it affect you. And I feel like out of all the piles, this is the one that I think really will impact you, because in every other one, it was like a take it or leave it. But this one, I can tell that there's something noticeable about the connection between you and this person. So for your person, we have the Three of Wands reversed. They feel like they can't make plans, or that their options are limited. We have the Six of Cups, which is a card of true love. It's specifically nostalgic love. I feel like you and this person go way back, or you have a lot of history. We have the Chariot, again, that need to progress forward. Another card of freedom. We have the Page of Swords. They have a hard time speaking about this though, or bringing it up even. We have the Four of Wands. That said, they're very happy with you. Also, this person really wants to party. Even if there's somebody that you wouldn't think likes to go out and dance or have fun or whatever, I feel like they're itching to do so. I'm not sure why. Ask them. I feel like they might, and whatever partying is to them, because everybody has a different idea of what partying is. Me, I'm Latin American, I'm Mexican, so to me it's, dancing, drinking, having a good time with friends, family. For other people, partying could just be going to certain events and meeting people, talking to people. For others, it's, I don't know, what, vacationing on a beach or something. Everybody has their own idea of what a party is. But this person, I feel like they want to be able to enjoy more of life. That's another way of seeing the Four of Wands. What they will do as a result of it, we have Knight of Cups. Look, they still very much adore you. And I feel like this person is naturally very romantic. Also naturally flirtatious. Two of Wands. Page of Wands. I think they're going to try, if they don't already go out a lot with their friends and stuff, like, just out to have fun, party, dance, whatever it is they do, drinking, whatever. I feel like they're going to start doing that more and more. But Page of Wands lets me know that they're going to keep it minimal, or they're going to keep it very small. I'm thinking of like, instead of having a wild, crazy night party, they might do it for a few hours and then come back home to you, or they might try and take you out as well, because they're trying to balance out this energy. I feel like they can't deny the calling within them. And that calling is calling them to the dance floor, to the bars, whatever it is. And I'm not saying it's going to get out of hand. I just feel like they need a little bit of space. They need a little bit of freedom. So I feel like that's what they're going to do, or at least that's what they're going. I'm not sure if they're going to ask you or not. I don't know how close your connection is to where this is going to be something that they have to ask you about. Like, again, depending on your level of commitment and how long you've been together and the nature of your relationship. How will this affect you though? The Emperor. They do respect you a lot. Like, they want you to have a good opinion of them. Two of Cups. Ace of Swords. For some of you, do you feel like this came on suddenly or this came out of nowhere? Some of you may be thinking, why do they suddenly want to do all of this? We have the Ten of Wands, because I see a lot of you not taking it well. And death. Like for a lot of you, you feel like this could be the end of a connection. Maybe some of you don't like to party, but then we have the Ten of Cups at the bottom. I feel like at first you're not going to like it because the Two of Cups makes you feel like either you're like, for some of you, you may not like whatever this person wants to do, so therefore you may sit it out. Like again, if they like to go out and party, you may decide to just stay home and do whatever. But a lot of you feel it's like this is something new for you, like you granting them, I don't know why I'm saying that, but you know, allowing them their freedom. And maybe you're also torn between the notion of allowing them their freedom, because it's not like you own them, you just, you know, you want them to have fun, but a part of you also wants them to be with you. That could mean several things. It doesn't necessarily mean the end of a relationship. I do feel like it's going to be the end of a certain phase of this relationship where if you were always together, now you're allowing them. I keep saying that, but I don't feel like you really have that much control over them. Because, you know, you're both adults with your own freedom of will, freedom of choice, right? But it does feel like it's a new phase in this relationship. Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Swords. I feel like, honestly, giving them their freedom is going to be something positive for you, because it allows them to release like pent-up stress. Also, for some of you, this person may literally be making money as they do this. Because I have Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, the Devil. What do they work in? Like Queen of Cups. But I do see why some of you would think that they're having like a better time out there without you. Truth is, I think they're just really good at networking, at meeting people. They could be the kind of person who gets free drinks a lot. Again, pretty privilege is coming through for some of you for this person, especially if they're a woman. If it's a guy, it could just be I mean, they could still get free drinks. I don't know. What's the equivalent for a guy that is like really attractive? I mean, if this is like two gay men, like if your partner is definitely attractive and they're getting drinks from gay men, then I guess that would make sense. But I'm trying to think of like what the equivalent is. I don't know. But whatever this is, I feel like it's actually positive. I think the biggest struggle is on your end, pile 4. And that's understandable. You know, this is something that is new in your relationship. You're trying to, because you both love each other so much and because you're committed, you're trying to keep things balanced between the both of you. I just feel like it's going to take an understanding heart here. Because for some of you, I feel like with the Ten of Wands, life could be getting a little bit more stressful, a little bit more... I mean, I'm just seeing you taking on a lot more than your person. Somehow, though, your person, when they go out, they make money. I mean, they could work at a bar. I'm thinking of something like that. Or maybe they work... nights where they make tips, and that could be any sort of profession, any sort of job here. Take it as it resonates. But I do feel like your person, they need a little bit of freedom, and when you give them their freedom, it actually ends up being better for the both of you. I just feel like there's something here where you have to truly be happy for each other, because your person just feels like somebody that can't be tamed, I'll be honest. But yeah, I am getting something else. Like for some of you, if this person is trying to better their career and they're going to something like night school, that could also be the case, because I was just thinking of that. Because this person's very sweet, but I see no pentacles in their energy. I feel like they're trying to build their stability. And for you, I feel like, look, they respect you. The fact that you had the Emperor card, they absolutely respect you. They see you as their Emperor, as somebody who almost has control over them. I keep seeing that. I don't know if your person likes to grant you control over them regardless of your gender, because this is energy we're talking about. So even if you're a woman and this is a guy, like they expect you to give them some sort of leeway. Like you definitely have the pants in this relationship, regardless of your gender here, pile 4. But this is what I had. And they still absolutely love you, but they're trying to make things work here for the both of you and for everybody involved. So with that said, let's go ahead and get your closing cards, pile 4. So what closing advice do we have for pile 4? We have unknown gift. I do feel like this person may surprise you with something. I feel like this person, either they like to give gifts, or gift giving could be a love language for them, and they could give you one. Or vice versa, maybe you exchange gifts. This could be one of those cases where like you both thought of each other and give each other a gift, and that could be cute. We have service. I do feel like your person wants to be of service. Again, I was getting something like bartending or some sort of job at night where they get tips. Sorry, let me let this. My neighborhood has been noisy all afternoon. But I'm thinking of being of service, and service does get tips here. So maybe this is something that they want to do, or they could be going to school for something, some sort of service where they could be helping out. And just trust. Yeah, pile 4. I say this with so much love. I feel like you just have to trust the process, because I feel like it is something different for you. This is getting some adjusting to. Maybe you don't even like it. So I feel like you have to just trust your person and trust that this is getting the both of you to somewhere positive. Back of the deck, we have claim your power. So claiming your power doesn't mean power over them. Claiming your power means claiming your power over how you feel, how you're handling the situation, and what you can do to support both you and your person in this endeavor. Sorry if I noticed a cut, because I didn't realize the video cut off before I said my goodbyes. But yeah, I feel like there's something here. There's something powerful about you when you step in to support both you and your person to better yourselves. But this is where I leave it, pile 4. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 5. If you chose the green garnierite, then we have your reading here for you about what is going on in your person's mind. What are they thinking about? What are they up to, and how it will affect you, if at all. So I do have a song for you. It's Bad Bunny's Debí tirar más fotos, which means I should have taken more pictures. So there's a little something nostalgic here about you and this person, perhaps. And the specific part from that song that's coming through is the one where he's reminiscing about introducing his crush to his family and friends. Because the song is about having been with someone and wishing they had taken more pictures with that someone. It's very nostalgic. It's about missing people here. Doesn't necessarily have to be a crush. It doesn't necessarily have to be anything romantic. It could even be friends or family here. We do have the Empress, and the Empress is very Venusian energy for sure, which makes me think of a social setting or social energy. It's also Venus, it's Taurus, it's Libra. So if any of those resonate, you can take that if you want. And we're going to go ahead and get the rest of your oracles. So I have pre-shuffled, pre-selected them. We have Water, Primordial. We have Izanami, Potential. We have Give. We have Rage. I know this is odd, but I associate volcanoes with feminine energy. I grew up listening to Björk, and Björk, she's always got a lot of volcanic imagery in her music videos because she's from Iceland, where there's a lot of volcanic activity. And because of that association, I associate her with something very Venusian as well. So I've always had, to me, volcanoes are very feminine. I'm also thinking of the goddess Pele. So I'm actually seeing this not as rage, maybe feminine rage, but like passion. Let me get the rest of your cards. We have Comfort. We have the Sun. We have Vulture. And we have The World Is Yours. Okay, several things that may sound conflicting, but give me a moment, because I'm understanding the energy. But it's kind of like, whoever this is, I feel like it used to be somebody you used to be in either a friendship or a partnership with, like a romantic partnership, or somebody that maybe you had a hookup with. This person finds you very, very alluring, very attractive for sure, very alluring. It's kind of like the attractiveness isn't what's bothering them anymore. Like, they know you're attractive. That's not what's getting to them. The thing is that they're very drawn to you. Primordial is kind of, I'm being told to take that as along with the volcanic imagery here as something very sensual. Like, this person finds you both soothing, giving, and also passionate at the same time. I feel like this particular volcano card, it's just coming through strongly. They see, like, you're a firecracker. There's something about you that just, honestly, it's getting a little bit, this has to be romantic. So if it's not romantic, I would urge you to get another pile 5, or to at least ignore this part I'm about to say, because I'm getting some very 18+ messages about this person. I feel like they're very turned on by you. And I guess you could take that in a friendship level as well, but less, lusty and more in a, they're very inspired by you, because this person finds you to be very giving. They love your potential. There's something about you that it just means a lot to them. Like this person, I don't know if they know that they like you, but I feel like they're naturally very drawn towards you. It's interesting because I'm not sure if you've ever had anything with this person or not, because the photo, the lyrics about taking more photos from that song that I mentioned, it feels like they wish they had had more time with you, or they wish they had had more time to mull things over. It's kind of like they didn't know what they had until it was gone. And I feel like the way this ended was rather abruptly, maybe even kind of ugly here with the vulture, because vultures, they eat the dead animals, they eat the roadkill. So this is something about this particular connection, union, friendship, partnership, whatever it was, that is unsalvageable, because it's like you can't revive what has already been over. Same thing with volcanic activity, which is interesting because volcanic activity, it's very fertile. I don't know why I'm going on and on about volcanoes. Maybe some of you are obsessed with them as well. I'm not obsessed with them, but I think they're cool. I'm very awed by them. They look amazing, and they create obsidian, which is one of my favorite crystals, which I don't happen to have right now, ironically. But that's the thing. This person, they're very drawn to you. They love your potential. They love that you're giving. The sun lets me know that this person, they love your sunny disposition. There's something about your energy that whenever they're around you, they feel like they're lit up. Like you light them up. You light this person up, and they find they find you very attractive. They both in personality. I think especially in personality, not just in looks. Like in looks, yes, you're attractive, but what this person is drawn to is that inner light that people have, and personality. I feel like you and this person have a good back and forth. You definitely have a chemistry that's very natural. Like it's nothing, well, I mean, I guess it could be explosive, but I think they're seeing you now have everything that you want, and it kind of bothers them that they can't go back to this. And why it's unsalvageable, I guess we'll see in the tarot. But this rage also kind of feels like either jealousy or maybe quite literal anger at seeing you live your life. There's something very beautiful about you, Pile 5, because this energy that I'm seeing, like all these flowers, all this natural serene energy, a lot of water, a lot of earth, like there's something about you that just feels like everything, and it's like it's no longer here. And they're over here being this vulture, just stuck, feasting on scraps, essentially. Same thing with friendship. I feel like if you are talking a little bit more friendship-wise, they're seeing you have the world, and they're just kind of off to the side doing their thing. Because I can't help but believe that the Empress is you. I mean, it could be that the Empress is them as well. Like if you're seeing this from that perspective, maybe they're the ones having a great life, and you're just here sitting on your volcano, this little vulture waiting for like dead scraps. I don't know. There's just something odd. I feel like whatever this was, you're no longer speaking to each other, or you're no longer in each other's lives that way. Or if there is communication between the both of you, it's very limited. Because I'm seeing your energy is just so beautiful. I keep seeing them see you. It's their perspective towards you. So with that said, I want to get into the tarot because I'm more curious now to see what's going on here between you and this person and what they're thinking about. Because if you were wondering if they were thinking about you, yes, when they think about you, I think they get angry when they think about you. They get angry for several reasons, and maybe even reasons that don't make sense to you, and that's perfectly, I guess normal. I guess that's perfectly fine on their part. But let's go ahead and see what is on your person's mind for my pile 5. I almost didn't do this pile, by the way. I was gonna do 4, but I was called to do a 5th one. We've got the Magician. This is them. They see themselves as very, if not powerful, then capable of doing anything. It could be manipulative energy in both the positive and the negative sense. Of course, when we think of manipulation, we see it negatively, but it could also be positive, as in they can get anybody to do anything, which is great if you're in a position of leadership or if you're trying to get things accomplished. But this person usually has a lot of tools, resources, people at their disposal, or they're really good at getting people to do things for them. We have the High Priestess reversed. Look, I see the Magician and the High Priestess as like a soul connection here. I see them as like a spiritual connection, especially if it's romantic, because where the Magician creates things, the High Priestess sees the future. They read energy. They are the intuitive aspect of it. It's like the masculine and feminine energies within spirituality. The fact that the High Priestess is reversed, I feel like you and this person did have something very spiritual, hence why they still see you as very beautiful. They can see your soul. Regardless of how spiritual you may believe this person is, I think they're very naturally spiritual and gifted, and they see your soul. And they see how beautiful it is, and it's no longer in their life. Yeah, this person, they're capable of manifesting a lot. Maybe you've even seen this at work, at play. We have the Queen of Wands. Again, you're very beautiful. They see this, acknowledges that it's like they're having to see you go through a glow up. They're having to see you in some sort of spotlight, and it bothers them. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, maybe some of you are making more money. You're fine on your own. You're independent. You don't need anybody. It's odd that I keep seeing you though. I'm trying to see what they're thinking of and what's going on with them. But it keeps being brought back to you, pile 5. We have Judgment reversed. And I see that as regret. Regrets over what happened, regrets over how it went down, regrets over the decisions they may have made or maybe not made here. I'm going to see what kind of actions they're going to take as a result of this. But my God, to say that they're obsessed with you might be a bit of an understatement. Pile 5. We have the Ten of Swords reversed. They're not going to... I see them choosing not to worry so much about this, even though it does kind of eat at them sometimes, which is good on them. I mean, honestly, I feel like, I don't think you want them to suffer that much either, do you, pile 5? You have the Moon. And then we have the Ten of Wands. They wanted to come out reversed. How am I supposed to take this? It's like if they wanted to let this bother them, they would. I feel like they're just moving on. Like, yeah, they're seeing you do this thing, but they're also not going to worry about it, even though it bothers them. I feel like you're almost, if you're not rubbing it in their face directly, it's almost like they can't help but notice it. And to them, it feels like you're rubbing it in their face. I don't think you are. But this Moon card, it's a Moon of secrets. It's a Moon of, sorry, it's the card of keeping your feelings to yourself, which I actually explained in a different pile. It's like 12th house energy, Moon in 12th house specifically. It's like, what's that saying? I feel like, was it John Mulaney? He had a bit where he said, I'm going to keep all my feelings right here to myself until I die, or something like that. It's like, I'm going to keep all my feelings buried inside within myself, and then one day I'll die. It's like they're not gonna express anything. They're not gonna tell you anything. But this is how they feel, and it bothers them. My goodness, I feel like I've read. Honestly, they're a little stubborn. I've read this energy in several readings before, so it's not surprising that it's coming back up. In fact, there's another pile that had something similar. So if you're coming from that pile, I guess this is just double confirmation. How will this affect you, if at all? Because they're not doing anything besides just getting over it. We have the Two of Cups. Okay, some of you may be in a new connection. Maybe you have a new partnership or a new friend or something. You're doing well. People are loving you for sure. We have the Devil reversed. A lot of you, you've overcome certain negative habits, and I'm kind of proud of you, pile 5. Maybe they're watching this too. It's like if you've overcome something you've always wanted to overcome, whether it's physical, internal, whether it's a substance, a habit, or something here. If you've overcome that, if you've broken a cycle, if you've broken a bad habit, it's noticeable. Maybe you're even telling people about this, and people are celebrating you for it. And this person kind of wishes that they could celebrate you for this as well, because maybe they even knew about this struggle of yours, and they want to congratulate you, but they can't, or they don't feel like they can without there being some sort of awkwardness. But I'm proud of you, pile 5. We have the Page of Swords. For some of you, this person themselves could have been something you had to overcome. And it's like them watching you get over them is bothering them. How they would know that, I don't know. But like I said, you two have a bit of a spiritual connection here. And just because you have a spiritual connection with somebody doesn't mean that you're meant to be with them forever. We can have intuitive connections with people that are like, you know, platonic, casual people. I have psychic bonds with some coworkers. Does that mean we're meant to be together forever? Probably not, no. But it's like being able to read somebody's mind. Some people just vibe like that. Some people are just like that. I feel like you and this person have that. And it's part of the reason why you even had anything together to begin with. Like you both acknowledged and understood that, and you kind of vibed off of that. But now it's like you no longer do. So take that as it resonates. We have the Nine of Wands reversed. Yeah, it's like you're no longer struggling, and it's noticeable. People, I keep seeing people congratulate you for something, and they hear about it, and like a part of them wants to say congratulations, but the other part is like, don't do that, because again, there's just, I don't know. But you've overcome a lot. And King of Wands. Interesting that the King and Queen of Wands are reversed. Because I do think you think about them as well, Pile 5. I mean, that's why you're here, right? Maybe you saw them act up a little differently. Maybe you saw them stare at you for a moment. Maybe you felt their presence in the force or something. I sense a disturbance in the force. Maybe you felt them, or maybe you had a dream about them. I know for me, it's always dreams. When I have random dreams about people from my past is when I'm like, what's going on there subconsciously? So I feel like you may think about them from time to time. And there's almost like a wistfulness here, like you both could have had it all. And now I'm hearing that song from, is it Agate? Somebody I used to know? Yeah, somebody I used to know. Or, no, what's that lyric? There's a song, we could have had it all. There's some song that says that. I'm sure there's several songs that say that, but that's what I'm getting. So you do think about them from time to time and wonder like how things could have gone if you two had still been together, or if things had worked out. But that's just, you know, something of the past. Back of the deck, we have the Empress reversed, and it comes full circle, doesn't it? We began with the Empress, and here's the Empress reversed. Yeah, it's very bittersweet, the energy I'm getting from this. I'm not gonna lie, it almost makes me a little sad. Why you two can't get back together? I guess there's something here that is unforgivable, either on their part or your part. I guess it all depends. Or I really do feel like you stand your ground here with your boundaries, though, Pile 5. And your person, I don't know, they just keep their feelings to themselves. You lit them up, though. Wouldn't be surprised if you were the one to initiate whatever this was and you also ended it, or I don't know. But that's what I'm getting. This one bummed me out a little bit. It makes me sad, but you know, life goes on. You know, what can you do? Because I'm not really getting any animosity. It's just kind of, it's wistfulness. It's nostalgia. But let's go ahead and get your closing advice, Pile 5. So what are they thinking about? They're definitely thinking about you and how things could have been, but that's all in the past. We have attract through glow. Yeah, they were attracted to your glowing energy. They were attracted to that light within you. Like a moth to a flame. We have face your fear. We have see beyond the past. Yeah, it's like both of you seeing beyond the past. Also, there's a swan here. I feel like some of you may have come from, was it Pile 4, which also had a swan, but that one had a white swan. This is a black swan. So seeing beyond the past is like, especially if this is somebody you used to be romantically committed to, it's like seeing beyond the dreams that you used to have and now seeing where things are. I feel like for the both of you, your dreams have been, like your life paths have become so divergent. Like you're just so you're on different paths now. Even if you wanted to get back together, I don't think you'd be the same people. I don't think you would handle things the same way. It's almost like in the time apart you've had, there's been some sort of incompatibility that has developed. Maybe that's where you saw it going when you were together, and that's why you had to call it off. Back of the deck, we have get out of your head. Almost literally, it's like either somebody here wants you to get out of their head, or maybe you want them to get out of your head, something like that. Yeah, but this is what I have for you, Pile 5. I feel like I want to say something about the future with this person. I don't know if there will be. I think you were just curious as to why you were wondering about this person and vice versa. But this is where I leave it. Thank you so much for letting me read for you, Pile 5. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care.